Hello, Emily here with J. Bowen and Company, and today we are going to be doing DIY Halloween projects that anyone can do. These are easy projects, they're going to be a lot of fun, and let's get started. I had so much fun making these projects. I think you're really going to enjoy them. So the first thing that we're going to be doing is we're going to be mixing up epoxy resin. If you've never used epoxy resin, it is very easy to do. So basically what you're going to do is you have two parts, part A and part B. And you're going to mix them up in equal parts. Okay, preferably in an old container, not a nice measuring cup, but here we are. So you're going to just measure it 1 to 1. I use my measuring cup because I can get the exact measurements that I want, but you just measure part A equally to part B equally, and then you're going to start stirring it up. So right now you see I'm just pouring it and mixing it up together, but basically you're just going to pour it and then mix it up, and it's so easy. At first there's going to be a lot of bubbles in it and it's going to be really cloudy. But you're supposed to mix it up for 3 to 5 minutes. After you do that, see how it starts getting kind of cloudy? It's going to start getting cloudy. You just keep mixing it. I just use a takeout plastic fork for these kind of things. I always keep my plastic forks, not used, but the new ones that you get, when you get takeout, there's all those utensils that come with it. I always keep them, and then I can use them, to send in the kids' lunches or for these art projects. So you're going to see that it's going to start clearing up as you stir it, and once it clears up, you know that it's going to be ready. So what we're going to do today is we're going to take some molds that I had previously purchased, and we're going to make these molds. Now, in all honesty, I had already made molds like last week, and I already have some that are hard, but I thought you would want to see how to use the resin instead of me just saying, you just make the resin molds. So basically what you do is you just lay them on a flat surface. I pulled out my orange tablecloth drop cloth that I used, and I put them the molds flat on those. And then I just started pouring. You want to pour till it gets level. Now, warning, this stuff is very, very sticky, and it makes a big mess. So you want to, note that before you do it. And if you put it in a measuring cup, it's very difficult to get it out. That's why I recommend, using something else to measure with and using something old to put it in. But anyway, so I am just now pouring all these molds out. And this is at nighttime when I was doing this. And so I let them sit there overnight. They dried, or whatever you call it, hardened overnight. But I wanted you to see this process so you would understand how easy it is to do this. Now, I sell IOD molds, and the IOD molds are fantastic. I love them. But I wanted to use some of these scary, spooky Halloween ones. So I had purchased some of these because I just thought they would be a lot of fun to use. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and warn you that I am a very messy artist. I get paint everywhere. I make a mess. Some of these creators are so good about making everything look fantastic, but that is not me. I make a mess. I don't make it all clean and neat and all that thing. So please bear with me and just know that's how I am. Okay, on to our very first project. This is a really fun one. I took these two oval frames that I'd had quite a while. They're little prints, like home interior prints, and originally I put them in my booth. Y'all watch this. Y'all not even gonna believe what happened. So I'm opening these frames up, and I'm just opening just like normal, taking the screws out, just filming it for y'all so you can see what's going on. And I open it. Y'all just wait for this part. You're not even gonna believe this. I couldn't believe it. Oh my gosh, there is a roach or whatever that is in the frame. I couldn't believe that. That was crazy. So anyway, I went and disposed of that, and then I came back. As I was saying, I was kind of here. I'm just deciding what am I going to do with these frames. I had all these molds that I made, and I decided that I was first looking at that brain, or I can't tell what that is right now, the brain or the heart, and the fingers. The fingers kind of look cool, but I kind of wanted a matching pair, and that wasn't going to go with the other one. So I decided to go with the brain and the heart, and then I took my glue and I glued it down. I put a lot of the quick and thick Tite on. That's hard for me to say for some reason. But anyway, it's a great glue. If you've never used it, just gob it on there and put it on. It's okay if some comes out the edge on this project because we're going to be painting on. So I'm putting that one aside. I'm going to do the same thing with this one. And I unscrewed it, and then I thought, what if it doesn't screw in right? So on this one, I ended up gluing it on the actual picture side. I'm sure some people will get very disappointed that I actually covered up this paper print, but you know what? I did it. I covered it up. You'll see that in a second. So at this point, I decided to go with the brain as well, and then I'm just going to put a thick coat of the glue on there on this one too, and let it sit overnight. I don't know if I ever finished telling you, but I had these little prints in my booth for about 6 months. They never sold, and when I was ready to do something with them because they hadn't sold, I took them out, and that's when I decided to cover them up or use them for this other project that I'm doing now. Okay, so it's now the next day. I'm taking out the cast iron fusion mineral paint again. I'm giving it a good stir, and then I'm going to start painting this project. I'm going to give it 2 good coats of paint. Here I'm showing you how it looks, and they're all glued on nice and tight, and they set overnight. That's the safest way because you know they're going to be nice and dry. Just do them at night and paint them the next day, but I know we don't always have that kind of time, but that's what I did, and now I'm giving these 2 good coats of paint. Doing this for my mom. She insists that I tell you guys that I have a Bachelor of Fine Arts in Art from the University of Texas at Arlington. I received it in 1999, and basically what that is an art degree in studio art. That's painting, drawing, clay, all those kind of fun things. I loved getting that degree, and also a lot of art history. So I do have a background in this besides just a hobby. It's now the next day, and I'm showing you this mold. Like I told you earlier, I'd already done these molds, but I just wanted to show you what it looked like because it's fun to see those. But anyway, so now I am taking them out of the package and showing you them. The second coat of paint is always so satisfying. When you paint with Fusion Mineral Paint, make sure that you don't put too much paint on your brush or you will get brush strokes. You want to have thinner coats of paint to avoid the brush strokes, but you do need to load up your paintbrush when you do those molds because they have a lot of detail. I told you earlier that I took it out of the package. I actually took it out of the mold. And now what I'm doing is I'm taking the metallics paint in actual bronze color, and I'm just rubbing it on the mold, and now it's showing all the detail. I just love how this looks. Did y'all see my video, my last video where I did the Trash to Treasure Moody dark decor? Y'all love that. It's doing very well. I appreciate all the comments and all the follows from that one. If you haven't seen that one, check it out. You're going to love that one too. It's a good video, at least I think. It's only my 2nd video. This is only my 4th video. So anyway, I'm just using that metallics bronze paint. It brings out the detail. I'm just using my finger. I'm not putting too much on there, and it just brings out the detail, and I think it looks so cool. What do you think? Do you like this project? And now for the final reveal. Let me know what you think. I love this project. This one may be one of my favorite ones. I can't decide, but it is a very creepy one. This is a finger mold, and I just thought it was so cool. I just knew I had to get it and make something with it. So what I'm doing here is I'm rearranging, or actually arranging, the fingers in a way that look natural, like they would look like if it was actually on a hand. So I'm placing my hand on top of it to get it in the right spot. This was a wood plaque that I purchased. It said $1.50 on the tag, but I bought it for half off, which was 75 cents. So it was a great deal for this. So once I get it all in place, I decided that it was time to, use the Quick and Thick Tite Bond glue. Just put it on the back, make sure there's plenty of glue, and just glue it down. It's okay if some comes out on the side, because we're going to paint over anyway, so it doesn't matter. So here we go. After drying all night, it was ready to be painted. So I gave it a quick wipe down and took out my cast iron fusion mineral paint and gave it 2 coats of paint. I just covered it in full, and like I said earlier, I love cast iron paint. It's a really cool color. It's modern. It looks cool, but it looks vintage all at the same time. So it's just basically a perfect color to use. So if you haven't given it a try, I recommend it. But anyway, so back to the project. I wanted to talk a little bit about staging too. It's really important to stage your items well at your home, or if you have a store or a vendor booth like I do, to sell your items just to make them look better. And one of the things that you can do is start gathering items that look really good for a moody, kind of scary Halloween look. And some of the things that I like to use during the fall are brass candlesticks, crystal items, owl figurines, candles, and things like that. Those kind of items are going to make your items, your Halloween items, look scarier. I think I'm going to do a video about decorating as well, because I do love to decorate. And now I have my fusion mineral paint, the metallics and the copper. I thought I would try it on this. Y'all, this is one of my favorite parts too. I love when you put this on there. I can't believe how real those fingers look. I mean, it's absolutely creepy. So I just took a little bit of the copper on my fingers. I started rubbing it in, and then I wiped some of it off just so it wouldn't all be on there. It'd be ideal to have some water right there, but I'm actually outside on my back porch and I didn't have any water, so I'm just using a paper towel, but I'm just wiping it off. And if you're interested in trying this product, I have it on my website. It's also linked in the description, and you can purchase it. I have all different kinds of metallic paints, and they're really fun to use. Hey y'all, I'm a new retailer, and I'm trying out all these products along here with you. I'm just playing around. That's why I'm making these videos. It's fun. I get to try them out, and it's just enjoyable for me, and I hope you enjoy it too. And if you like this video and what I'm doing, I would love if you followed me along. Or actually, I'm sorry, I have to use the right terminology here. Subscribe to my channel. If you subscribe to my channel, that would be awesome. I would love it. I'm trying to grow my channel, and I'm going to be doing a lot of these projects. I have so many ideas and so many projects to complete in the future this isn't something new for me. I've been doing projects my whole life, and I've been doing all kind of projects for years, even the most recent years, but I don't usually do these YouTube videos. I just started doing these. So anyway, please subscribe if you would like to follow along. I invite you to do that. I think it would be fun to have you. And I love the comments you give me. I love the positive comments, and actually the negative ones crack me up. I had a negative one the other day, but it actually just makes me laugh when I see them. It doesn't even make me mad. It's kind of funny. But anyway, look how it turned out. I just love this. I'll let you enjoy. I'll be quiet for now. We've now moved on to a totally different project or projects. I'm showing you the Fusion Mineral Decoupage Transfer Gel because we are going to decoupage some items. In case you didn't know what that means, that basically means you're going to take the paper that you're seeing, and we're going to take this decoupage gel, which is basically a glue, and we're going to glue it to that to the item, and then we're going to put the glue on top of it, and then it's going to stick. So I thrifted 3 of these boards. They were kind of like those plaques that you see people get awards for, and I bought them for 50 cents a piece. And now I am putting on this decoupage gel, and you kind of want to put it on kind of thick. I don't think I put it on quite thick enough right here. So those 3 prints, these 3 pictures that you saw, I printed those off online, and now we're going to decoupage those onto these plaques. So this is the first one. The problem is, or was, you see those edges on there? You have to get them even because of those edges. It would have been easier if I didn't have those edges, and probably if I would have just cut it down to size, but I didn't. So here I am. I am just rubbing it because I moved it around a little bit. I don't think I had enough of that decoupage gel, so I'm putting more on there so it'll stick. So what you want to do is you just want to put the gel on, press it down, and then what I like to do is I like to wait about 15 minutes before I put the top coat on. I see other people doing it immediately, but I don't have as good as results with that. So here I am putting it down, and then here in a little bit what we're going to do is we're going to have to take the sandpaper and take the edges off. I'm just applying a little bit more of that gel because I don't think it was on quite right. Y'all, listen, I'm just talking from the hip here. I don't have any kind of script, so that's why I kind of get a little bit tongue-tied sometimes. Maybe I should do a script, but that's really not me. I don't have that kind of time to do that. So you're going to hear a little tongue-ties, hear me be a little tongue-tied sometimes. So anyway, there I am taking the sandpaper and I'm going around the edge. You want to go downward or to the side. Do not go up or you can rip your paper. So just lightly sand it. It's a 120 sandpaper and it'll tear it off. You can see that the paper is coming up a little bit, and that's all right because I'm going to apply some more gel here in a minute to the underneath side, and then I'm going to put some again on the top. So there I am putting a little bit extra on. And then when I put the decoupage gel on, I'm going to just do it kind of like in a painting motion. You can do a crosshatch or just like this. The result will be that it looks kind of like you painted it instead of just straight lines. And sometimes you can just have fun with different kind of lines like that. And that's why I'm doing it like that versus just a straight line. So you see the edges of the paper, how it's kind of white. You don't want that look. So I thought maybe I'd put a little bit of black wax on, but the problem is with the decoupage gel, it's kind of like a glue on top, or it is a glue on top of it, so the wax is not going to go into the paper. So then I went back with my paintbrush with the cast iron, and then I just kind of lightly went around the edges and went around the edges with that paintbrush on the white part. The thing about art that I see a lot of people do is they're really scared of it. Look, if you make a mistake on something like this, it's absolutely no big deal. Nothing is going to happen besides you have a little paint somewhere. So don't be afraid to get messy, make mistakes, and just don't worry about it. You know, when we're kids, we don't worry about painting. We just paint, and, you know, if something gets somewhere, it's no big deal. But I've noticed a lot of adults, they freak out and they're scared. Look, I mean, if something happens, just nothing is going to happen. I mean, just a little paint will get somewhere. You know, I'm an attorney. If I screw up something, people get screwed up. Their lives are going to be screwed up. They're going to lose money. Something's going to happen. But if you mess up on a piece of art, I mean, really, nothing is going to happen. So just get in there, just have fun. And just what I'm doing right now is just lightly putting some paint around the edges just to make it look kind of cool. It's not going to hurt anything. It just gives it a little kind of like ambiance. I don't know if that's the right word, but it just makes it look kind of like a vignette. That's what they call it on the photo editing apps. But anyway, I just think it kind of makes it look cool. Hey, if you like this one, give me a thumbs up. I think it turned out pretty cool. What do you think? Okay, so here's another one of these 50-cent plaques. 50-cent plaques that I thrifted. I just sprayed it with that Automagic Spray. And in full disclosure, I want to tell y'all something. So my husband has a detailing company where he actually sells detailing products. And so that Automagic Spray I have been using for years because he brings it home for me from his business that he sells it at. Anyway, and so I will put the link on that. That stuff is just fantastic. I use it on the countertops, on my granite countertops, in the bathroom, on glass, on all my projects, and I just love it. Right now it's sold by the case. I think it's like $40 or something. Don't quote me on that, on his website, but you get a whole case of it, and it is an awesome product to use. So here I am putting the decoupage wax or decoupage gel on again. And here is the picture that I chose. It would have been much easier if I would have cut off that white part, but I don't know why I didn't. I just didn't. So here I am trying to place it on there. I ended up having to move it around a little bit because you have to get it even. And then once it's down, you just want to use your hands and press down to get all the wrinkles out. But here's the beauty of these kind of vintage looking things. It doesn't matter if you get the wrinkles out or not, because then it just gives it character. Okay, y'all. Do not try this at home. Do not do this. Kids don't do it. You don't do it. It's a stupid idea, but I thought I would show you. So one cool way to get rid of the outside paper is that you can light it on fire and you can burn it off. The thing is, it will only burn to where the paper has been decoupaged. The glue stuff will make it stop. But this is kind of dangerous. Usually I do it in front of my kitchen sink, but you know, I was outside. I thought I would do it. Don't even have on shoes. Ended up kind of burning my foot with just a little bitty something came off of there and it burnt my foot. So don't do this at home. I'm going to put a big fat warning on this because I don't want to get sued. So if you want to try it, you can, but it's for adults only in supervision. You know, use your do not allow children to do this. If you're going to do this as an adult, just be careful. So that's my warning. So, but the cool part about it is it will, it was kind of windy, a little bit windy, so it wouldn't stay lit completely, but I just wanted to show you that little technique. But see how it burns and then it stops and then it just gives it like a cool edge. But I ended up having to use my sandpaper anyway because I think there was a little bit of glue on the edge and it wouldn't burn all the way. But that's just one technique you can try. So I ended up just sanding the rest of it off, and that's exactly what I would recommend doing because that other one is a little bit dangerous. It could start a fire, so don't do that. Just watch what I'm doing. What did they used to say? Paid actors, stunt actors, only for professionals. Don't do it at home. Okay, you get the warning. I decided to add a little of the cast iron paint to the edges. I painted some on, took it off. The wood's still showing through, and I just wanted to make it look a little bit better. Congratulations, you are all now decoupage experts. Even if you haven't done it, you know how to do it. So I am going to just speed this along and not make you sit through all this because I think you know how to do this now. So just sit back and enjoy for a minute. hope you enjoyed this and come back for part 2. Don't forget to subscribe.